Today, we're embarking on a journey to one of the world's most talked about treasure and gold mining regions, Australia. In recent years, the massive gold nuggets unearthed from Australian soil, the large-grained gold pieces that fuel treasure hunters' dreams, and the multi-million-dollar discoveries have frequently made headlines in the world press. But why Australia in particular? What makes this land different from others? Why is there so much gold here? How are gold particles detected? How do treasure hunters work, and how do they get rich so quickly? Before answering these questions, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, where we share new discoveries, information, and technology content, by clicking the button in the bottom right corner to follow similar videos. Australia is actually not a newly discovered country in terms of gold. The gold rush that began in the mid-19th century caused thousands of people to flock here. Especially after the 1850s, incredibly large gold veins were discovered in the states of Victoria and Western Australia. One of the most interesting events of the gold rush era was the discovery of giant gold nuggets that went down in history. The nugget called Welcome Stranger, found in Victoria in 1869, is known as one of the largest natural gold nuggets ever recorded in human history. Weighing approximately 72 kilograms, this giant nugget was discovered by two ordinary farmers very close to the surface. Legend says it was unearthed when their pickaxe struck a hard object while digging, without even using a metal detector. At the time, the value of a gold nugget of this size was incredible, and the discoverers became incredibly wealthy overnight. However, Welcome Stranger wasn't the only giant nugget unearthed from Australian soil. Discovered in Victoria in 1858, the Welcome Nugget, weighing approximately 69 kilograms, was considered one of the world's largest gold nuggets for many years. This nugget was mined by miners in the Ballarat region and caused a sensation in the world press when it was discovered. It was so large that, in order to be safely transported, it was taken to the city center under special protection and then melted down and turned into gold nuggets. Another famous discovery is known as the Holterman Nugget, found in 1872. It wasn't actually a pure gold nugget, but a giant mass of gold embedded in quartz rock. This massive rock, weighing approximately 280 kilograms, contained over 90 kilograms of pure gold. Discovered by Australian miner Bernhard Holterman, this giant piece became one of the most famous gold discoveries in history, captured in photographs at the time. Even in more recent times, large nuggets have continued to be found in Australia. In 2018, a treasure hunter using a metal detector in Western Australia discovered a giant rock weighing approximately 90 kilograms, a mixture of quartz and gold. Analysis revealed that it contained about 60 kilograms of pure gold, valued at millions of dollars. This discovery once again proved how rich Australia. This process radically changed not only the Australian economy but also its demographic structure. People from all over the world came here to try their luck, and Australia quickly became one of the most important centers of global gold production. Today, this historical legacy continues. Because Australia is geologically one of the continents with the highest gold reserves. Therefore, even today, amateur treasure hunters and professional miners can find great luck here. Now, let's get to the main question: why specifically Australia? The answer lies in the continent's geological structure. Much of Australia consists of ancient cratons, meaning very old rocks dating back billions of years. Quartz veins formed within these rocks over time, along with mineral deposits resulting from volcanic activity, lead to a high concentration of gold. The soil is generally reddish and rich in iron. Therefore, the reddish soil you see while walking in the Australian countryside can actually be an indicator of gold-bearing veins deep underground. The Kalgoorlie and Goldfields regions in Western Australia, in particular, are very rich in gold thanks to the dense quartz veins in the Earth's crust. Most of the gold found in Australia is in large grains or nuggets. This is because the gold has accumulated underground in areas close to the surface over many years through water and wind erosion. In other words, in some areas, a huge treasure hidden by nature is buried. Treasure hunters generally use metal detectors. Thanks to these detectors, large gold nuggets beneath the soil can be easily detected. Furthermore, in some areas, it's possible to see gold particles simply by walking on the surface. Geological maps are also used to predetermine areas where gold veins are located. They camp in the middle of the desert for days or even weeks searching for gold. The gold pieces they find sometimes weigh a few grams, sometimes hundreds of grams. In fact, in past years, news of giant nuggets weighing 5 or 10 kilograms have been reported in the media. This means that in Australia, a single discovery can radically change a person's life. But do gold hunters dig randomly? Of course not. First, they prefer areas where gold has been found before. The color of the soil, the structure of the rocks on the surface, and traces of quartz can suggest the possibility of gold in the area. Then, they systematically scan with detectors. Small excavations are carried out at points where signals are received. Professional miners take small samples and measure the gold density in the area through laboratory analysis. The most important thing that attracts gold hunters in Australia is the possibility of making a large profit in a very short time. For example, an ordinary farmer can find several kilograms of gold during a weekend hobby hunt. Stories like these only fuel people's enthusiasm. In recent years, a treasure hunter in Western Australia found a gold nugget weighing approximately 2 kilograms using a metal detector. This nugget was worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. In another incident, 3 friends unearthed over 5 kilograms of gold during a search, instantly making them millionaires. These kinds of examples lead many people to wonder, should I try my luck in Australia? Of course, there's also a challenging side to it. Snakes, scorpions, and harsh wilderness conditions pose risks for treasure hunters. Another risk is the legal framework. In Australia, searching for gold requires specific permits. Therefore, treasure hunters usually conduct their searches with official permission. Why do people flock here? The high gold density, the possibility of finding large. Yes, Australia is one of the richest gold-rich regions in the world. However, it's important to remember that not everyone becomes wealthy overnight. It requires patience, knowledge, the right equipment, and a bit of luck. Nevertheless, the massive gold nuggets unearthed from Australian soil continue to excite the treasure hunting world. Who knows, maybe one day you too will pick up a metal detector and unearth a life-changing nugget while wandering through the Australian countryside. Today, we took a look behind the scenes of the gold hunt in Australia. To stay informed about similar content, new discoveries, and technologies, please don't forget to like our video and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.